You thought part one was wild? Buckle up, because these next 5 movies take betrayal, secrets, and shocking twists to a whole new level. If you love films that make your jaw drop and your trust issues spike, you're in the right place. Let's get into top 5 cheating wife movies, part 2. Which movie shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check it out right after this. Smash that like button, subscribe for part 3, and I'll see you in the next one.
I said you don't look at all well. Probably making a fool of myself. But then again, why not? Life.
Heartbreak, obsession, a forbidden romance that crosses every line. This is Sherry, and today we're diving into one of the most beautifully tragic love stories ever put on screen. Let's get into it. Paris, the early 1900s. A world of luxury, beauty, and scandal, where one woman has spent her entire life mastering the art of seduction. Leah is wealthy, elegant, and done with love, until a young man walks back in her life. Not just any young man, the son of her closest friend. Asterisk, asterisk. What starts as a playful fling turns into something neither of them expected. Real, consuming love. But their affair breaks every rule society has written. An age gap, a forbidden bond, a scandal waiting to explode. And when Sherry is forced into a marriage that isn't his choice, the passion they tried to hide becomes impossible to escape. Because some love stories aren't meant to have happy endings. They're meant to destroy you slowly.
Union.
Jeg, kong Christian den 7. erklærer hermed krig mod.
A queen willing to risk her crown for forbidden love. This is a royal affair. And today, we're diving into one of the most gripping, true scandal stories in European history. Let's get into it. Denmark, the 1700s. A young queen, married to a king who's mentally unstable and utterly uninterested in her. Trapped in a palace, surrounded by power, yet completely alone. She has a crown on her head, but no control over her own life. Asterisk, asterisk. Asterisk hen comes the king's new physician. Brilliant, radical, dangerously charming. He doesn't just win the king's trust, he wins the queen's heart. What begins as secret conversations about forbidden ideas turns into a secret love affair that could shake the entire kingdom to its core. Asterisk, asterisk. Because this isn't just a romance hidden behind palace walls. It's a revolution in disguise. Together, they attempt to change a nation, while risking exposure, betrayal, and a fall from grace that could cost them everything, including their lives. Asterisk, asterisk.
Well, this is how it is supposed to be.
Please don't go.
I have a job to do.
A marriage on the edge of collapse. This is the aftermath. And today, we're unpacking one of the most emotionally charged, forbidden romances of the decade. Let's get into it. Germany, 1946. The war is over, but the ruins are everywhere. Cities destroyed, lives shattered, and one woman still grieving a loss she can't escape. She moves into a grand house with her husband, a British colonel sent to rebuild the wreckage. But what she doesn't expect is to be living under the same roof as the enemy. Asterisk, asterisk. The home's former owner, a widower, a German architect, is allowed to stay. And in a house full of silence, grief, and forbidden tension, something neither of them planned begins to grow. A dangerous connection, a slow-burning affair, a betrayal that could destroy everything her husband is trying to rebuild. Asterisk, asterisk. Because in a world still smoldering from war, the real danger isn't outside the walls. It's what's happening inside them.
Love, honor, and obey.
I've decided to engage the services of a painter.
Betrayal. Temptation. A dangerous game of deception hiding in plain sight. This is Tulip Fever. And today we're diving into one of the most underrated scandal-driven dramas out there. Let's get into it. Amsterdam, the 1600s. A city consumed by wealth, beauty, and a flower more valuable than gold. But behind the golden tulip fields, one woman is trapped in a marriage built on debt, not love. Married off to a rich merchant twice her age, living a life that was never her choice. Asterisk, asterisk. Then she meets him, a young painter hired to capture her portrait, and instead he captures her heart. What starts as stolen glances turns into a passionate, forbidden affair, one wrong move away from destroying everything. Asterisk, asterisk. But this isn't just a love story. It's a story of lies stacked on lies, a risky gamble in the tulip trade that could make them rich or get them killed. Because in a world where reputation means everything, one mistake could cost them their freedom or their lives. Asterisk, asterisk.
Take it off. Face the wall. Face the wall!
A young woman, sold into a loveless marriage, trapped in a cold English manor, forced to obey a husband who barely looks at her, and a father-in-law who controls her every move. She has no power, no voice, no freedom, until she decides to take it all back. Asterisk, asterisk. Lady Macbeth isn't just a period drama. It's a slow-burning descent into obsession, forbidden desire, and ruthless ambition. Because when Catherine falls into a passionate affair with a servant on the estate, she doesn't just break the rules of her marriage. She shatters every expectation of what a proper wife is supposed to be. Asterisk, asterisk. What starts as rebellion turns into something far darker. Deception, betrayal, and a woman willing to destroy anyone who stands between her and the life she wants. And that wraps up part 2. Which movie shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you haven't seen part 1 yet, go check it out right after this. Smash that like button, subscribe for part 3, and I'll see you in the next one.